First question, what's your business name and who are you? I am Emma from The Green Collective. I'm actually not at my workshop or at home because both are really noisy. And at the workshop I have a potter next to me and a shared workshop space with a jeweler beside me as well. So it gets quite noisy. This is the studio where I teach Pilates during the week, which is an awesome balance to what I do with The Green Collective. The Green Collective is a business that began back in 2014, and at the time there were very few daily home essential products that were sustainable, that were easy to find, and that had some colour or design aspect to it as well. And that's when my journey began. Second question, when and why did you become passionate about waste-free living? So it was 2014 when the business started, but prior to that, life changed for me, I think, and this is not an uncommon scenario, but when I had kids. So at that point I had 2 of my 3 boys, and when you're not just shopping for yourself or you and your partner anymore, your shop clearly makes a difference. It's a larger impact that you're having every week on what you're doing, and so you start to question your way and whether or not there's ways that it can be improved. So it absolutely elevated itself during that time. But I can thank my friends and my family in particular for how I grew up with a if it's broken, fix it attitude, with the skill set to fix a lot of things. And I got taught by my family on how to mend and fix and sew and repair everything. And also an absolute love of vintage and antique and secondhand shopping. Like at least 60-70% of my wardrobe is secondhand purchases. And then if anything new sneaks in, it has to tick that box of will I wear it 30 times minimum. So I think it's something that was instilled to me all my life. Question 3, how do you reduce plastic and waste in your business? Right now, this is quite an easy one for me to manage because it's just me. So the systems I have in place mirror what we do in our home. So I have my separated bins. I question any suppliers that I use as well as to how things will be sent. If you've received packages from me, you'll realize they're often in shoe boxes, and I've got 3 main stores in Nelson that I collect shoe boxes from. Everything is reused and recycled or composted. None of my products have any additional packaging with them that isn't a bit of craft paper or recycled paper. So it really is easy for me with the way I set it up right from the get-go, and the values behind the business was not to present you any more waste in your home, and that's the antithesis of what we're trying to do, is reduce the waste and reduce that plastic. The question here, the next one is, how do you reduce plastic and waste in your home? And it's very similar. We have a set plan, I guess, and set places for things to go, so that makes life a little easier in terms of managing the waste. And there's some awesome bloggers out there who help with advice for waste-free living or zero waste living, and that guidance about going through your bin and working out what your biggest waste factors are. Plastic-Free July is a really awesome opportunity, and I've used it every year to tackle one more big thing that I see as a problem or our next thing to work on, especially at home but also at work. So a few years ago, for example, I looked at the largest contributor to our waste, our recycling bin, was crackers and the packaging for crackers. And so finally we've got hold of a few different recipes that we really like, and that's made a big difference. And that is something that habit shift during July has now become a easy daily thing that we do, and I won't look back. So trying to find those wins and take on new ones all the time. You don't have to do, this is where they often talk about, I prefer the term waste-free living to zero waste, because it sounds quite tricky to achieve. What's your favorite waste-free product from your collection and why? Every day I will drag an Encore bag from the house full of something for wherever we're going, whether it's to the supermarket, kids sports gear, gym gear, Pilates gear. They just get lugged around and they can handle it, which is awesome. And possibly particularly favourite linking into these questions is because it's made from waste. Everything that went into those bags is from landfill and saved from landfill. So it's that's a nice answer for that. The sneaky answer is all of them, because I use all of my products every day, which is really actually quite cool. I'm a big advocate, big fan of my own stuff. What's your best waste-free living hack? In a simple term, in a really simple way, it's that I'm not allowing myself to get a takeaway coffee unless I've brought my cup with me. And some days that can be really hard, but you learn quickly. I think it's little things. I think your waste-free living has to be small, achievable things, and not to get too overwhelmed if you break the rules one day, or you feel like your impact on the world is maybe not as making as big a difference as you hope for or you wish it will. And reading the news sometimes can be quite overwhelming. But do know that everything you do does make a difference. And I think that's where looking back and reflecting sometimes, even within my own business goals, and I look back recently at how many dishcloths have been saved from going to landfill, taking away from those bacteria-ridden, slimy plastic sponges that were so dominant in every household, and that we've now had 75,000 of them removed from landfill. Well, just never went because you didn't buy them, which is awesome, and replace them with something compostable. Question: what does waste-free living mean to you? You've got to keep doing your bit. So waste-free living, doing our best, and that small, little, incremental differences that we can make will make an impact. I think we need to look at our influence and our voting power. So support the small businesses doing the right thing. Look at where you spend your money. And they often say, you have a lot of power, even if you don't feel it day to day. Where you shop, where you spend your money is the businesses that are growing. So think really clever, ask questions, be smarter about where you spend and where you shop. And for example, if you look at landfill, at least 50% of landfill is building waste, and another big chunk is industrial waste or manufacturing waste. So question your businesses that you purchase from. If you're looking for something new, ask them what their sustainability values are and make that ripple. So I think every time you ask a question, you're getting them to think, and you can end up having some really interesting discussions with people. Maybe they just didn't even think about it. They might not even know what Plastic Free July is. So use your voice, shop with your wallet carefully, and that impact spreads your voice louder than just refusing that coffee cup one day. So keep going. Champions.